Okay. So we start off with glucose, right? Where does glucose come from? Where? Photosynthesis. Right. All right. Now we're going to start off with looking at the first step of both aerobic and anaerobic respiration is glycolysis. What does lysis mean? Right. Okay. So we're talking. Yeah. Oops. Okay. So you have glucose splitting. How many carbons in glucose?
6.
Okay, 6 carbons. Now, at the end of glycolysis, you end up with 4 ATPs, but 2 ATPs are going to be used to restart the process. So you're actually netting 2 ATPs from glycolysis. So, what do you get after you split glucose? Glucose has 6 carbons. You get 2 3-carbon molecules. What are these molecules called? Pyruvate. So here you have pyruvate. So glycolysis produces 4 ATPs, pyruvate, or pyruvic acid, and 2 NADHs. What do NADHs do? Yep. Electron carriers. And they also carry hydrogen ions to the electron transport chain. ETC. Okay. All right, so one more time, glucose from photosynthesis comes in this cytoplasm. It's broken down by glycolysis. You get 4 ATPs, but 2 of them are used to restart the process, and you get 2 NADHs and 3 pyruvates. The pyruvates then go into the mitochondria, where the Krebs cycle takes place. The Krebs cycle is a bunch of enzymes involved. You don't need to know them right now. But ultimately, the purpose of the Krebs cycle is to produce 10 NADHs and 2 FADH2s. What's NADH again? An electron carrier. And so is FADH2. What do we do with this carbon dioxide? Wait, right. Okay? And you also get 2 ATPs from the Krebs cycle. All right, now, so far, glycolysis has made 2 NADHs. The Krebs cycle has made 10, and 10 NADHs and 2 FADH2s, and those go to the electron transport chain. The electron transport chain involves a series of proteins that are embedded in the inner membrane of the mitochondria. Let's see. I guess I can draw it here. I don't know. Let me see here. Hang on. All right. So mitochondria is an organelle that has 2 membranes. So you draw mitochondria like this before. That's really bad. Okay. So the mitochondria has an inner membrane and an outer membrane. What do you think this is called? Outer membrane. What's this called? Inner membrane. Okay. This right here, this space, is called the inner membrane space. And inside of the inner membrane is called the matrix. Okay? So here we are. This is the membrane of the inner membrane of the mitochondria. And here you have proteins that are embedded in the inner membrane. What's this? Where did this come from? Yep. Okay, what did it do? It dropped off some stuff. It dropped off What are these little explosions? Electrons and hydrogen ions. Where do the hydrogen ions go? Into the intermembrane space. Okay? Look, what's this? Where did this come from? Krebs. Okay? Did the same thing as NADH. It brought a bunch of hydrogen ions and some electrons. These electrons get passed, electron transport, through these embedded proteins. As the energy from the electron is being used as it's being passed, it's pumping hydrogen ions into the intermembrane space. Now, what do we have in the intermembrane space? A high concentration of what? Of hydrogen ions. What's diffusion? The movement of particles from high to low concentration? Can these hydrogen ions go back through here? Can they go through the membrane? No. How can they get through? The hydrogen ions will then pass through ATP synthase to go from a high concentration to a low concentration. And as the hydrogen ions pass through ATP synthase, the enzyme, will literally spin and convert ADP into ATP. Okay? And you end up with 34 to 36 ATPs at the end of all that. All right? Good job.